Today's video is going to discuss how you can become a content provider. So you're basically providing these services to the brands on the back end rather than being an influencer or content creator on the front end. As someone who started off as an influencer and content creator, I am very aware of how inconsistent income is, how hard it can be to get a brand deal these days. They're not as lucrative or as free flying as they used to be when I started off. If you're interested in making this transition, I'm gonna give you 5 ways that you can really hone in on what it is that you wanna offer and how you can reach this audience that you want to provide services to. So number 1, you need to find out who your audience is going to be. Who is your customer? Who are you trying to provide these services to? You need to be very specific because there are a lot of niches, there are a lot of industries. It's so much easier to talk about one specific thing. So if you're talking about photography, that's a little too general and broad, but if you say wedding photography, that's a little more direct and specific. Next, you want to decide what services you plan on offering. What type of services am I offering for beauty and lifestyle? Like, what do they get? Like, what is the value? So my value is offering product photography because everyone has a product that they need to show off. My way of photographing these products are very unique. I can lean more commercial, or I can be very editorial, or I can do, which is my sweet spot, both, where it's commercial, editorial, but it's comfortable for the viewer to look at on social media. So next, you need to decide how you plan on offering this service. Are you a travel photographer? Do you shoot at a full studio as a videographer? Do people come to you? You need to really work these things out. If you have a home office, like, you need to think of the logistics of that. Like, if you have people come to your personal home, like, how is that gonna be? Or do you rent spaces so that way you can go and take photos, right? So these things need to be worked out, and you need to figure out how you plan to offer them. For myself, I have my clients send the product to me because it's product. If I have a model, I typically would like to shoot a space for this, and this goes within their total pricing. So next, you need to decide how you plan on offering these services. You already know what it is that you want to offer, but how are you going to offer them? Is it strictly online and remote? Do you travel? Do you offer a space where people can rent it and you offer the services as an add-on? Decide what these things are, and also just make sure that you're safe when doing it. Always have an assistant with you if you can. I'm very big into safety. So when you're offering the services, if you are traveling, try to have somebody come with you. If you are doing it at your home studio or your home office, make sure that this person and this client you've met a few times before you invite them there, because we want to be safe. So then you want to decide what your signature process is so you can give a estimated timeline. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's good to give a client an estimated timeline of when they can expect to have their final deliverables back, right? So if we're talking in photography terms, if you were shooting a wedding and you have 700 photos because you overshoot like I do, that's gonna take a little bit longer to edit. You can estimate that it's going to be at least 3 months for the final deliverable, and that's not including revision rounds. I give myself a little bit of cushion depending on the scope of work. So if I could paint a picture out for you and I said a client sent me 2 products with 3 different sets that I need to shoot, I need to source props, I need to change the lighting for a lot of these because it's a different direction, that's gonna take a little bit longer. So that means I'm going to extend their shoot time, which I usually allot 4 hours. It's probably gonna have to be 6 hours, right? And then the editing time is going to extend upon that as well. And then you need to show your future clients your work. You need to post it on your social media pages, whichever ones you decide works for you in your business. You need to have it on your website if you have one. You need to have it in your pricing sheet. You need to have it in a portfolio. I like to have my portfolio on my Instagram. I always just have it there, but I also have the same images in PDF form on a sheet. So when I'm sending a package selection, I usually have the types of photos for that package that they can expect, and then I send a sheet, and then I ask them to choose the vibes that they're looking for from either my mood board, or I ask them to create a mood board themselves, and then we generate a shot list after that. So I hope this video helped you get a better understanding on how you can become a content provider, service provider from being an influencer and content creator. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Share this video with a friend that you know who might make the transition. I'm also announcing my group coaching program where I'm gonna walk you step by step with every fine detail, every single thing that I did from being an influencer and content creator and how I made that transition within a very short timeline and how I've gotten clients to make more consistent income. If you're interested in that, the link will be in the description. Talk to you later.